Joined by James Creedon with technology old and new. He's got one of these tablet things and, lo and behold, a newspaper.
Yes, indeed.
Phenomenal stuff. Okay, the French wiki, Le Canard Enchaîné, which is a satirical, well, sometimes it's muckraking, sometimes it's mocking, but always it's imminently and eminently readable.
Absolutely.
It's got more revelations about one of the most gruesome things that's happened of recent times, the death of Gaddafi.
It does indeed, Mark, and it's on page 4. Gaddafi sentenced to death by Washington and Paris, according to their headline. Might be editorializing a little bit. Okay. Now, what they always do is they tend to go behind the scenes and speak to people very close to power and get the inside scoop, but it's not verified by public authorities, if you like. So this is their take on things. And one of the biggest selling newspapers in France, by the way, and they say that last Wednesday there were phone calls from the Pentagon by an American colonel to his French counterpart in the Secret Service here in France. They'd located Gaddafi in Sirte. A US Predator drone had located him and he was trapped, according to the Americans. And they said, look, to leave him survive would be to create a veritable atomic bomb. That's allegedly what the colonel said to his French Secret Service counterpart. And for what the French Secret Service man understood from this conversation was that the White House did not wish Gaddafi to get out alive, because there was a fear that if he went to the International Criminal Court, he might speak a little bit too much about perhaps embarrassing links with the CIA in the past, embarrassing links with the French Secret Service in the past, how he might have acted as a go-between between, you know, Western countries and, you know, I suppose people who wouldn't be too respectable in the international community, we'll put it that way. So in any case, they say that the French and the American Secret Service collaborated in the previous days in the hunt for Gaddafi, essentially that they were very, very involved. The article also alleges that there were members of the French Secret Service on the ground. It doesn't say they participated in what happened to Gaddafi, but it says that they were on the ground. That's not the first time we've heard those allegations. And of course, the ground troops were not meant to be present, according to that UN resolution.
It highlights a whole messy, murky world, doesn't it?
It really does.
Gaddafi and dealings
what
with video
happened
the past few decades.
More videos are coming out as well, Mark. Now, there's no point in showing them because one is more gruesome than the other. And the latest one, I wouldn't show it because it is just horrible. And it was put online by the website Global Post. And within hours, they were asking if they should have put it online. Of course, they knew very well.
This is the one, I'll describe it to save you doing it. This is the one where he's stabbed in the backside, isn't it?
Absolutely. And it's really gruesome. And what they do is they show a still frame by still frame by still frame. And you can see it plain as day what's going on. And it shows that how the man ended his life was absolutely brutal, whatever about the brutal activities that he carried out himself. So in any case, we're finding out more as the days go on about how he died and the circumstances behind.
You can't help but think it would have been better on the whole for Libya to have actually got him to trial and dealt with this in a democratic way.
I think so. So.
What's next, sir?
All right, well, a quick look at this article in, if I could find it, it's on Storyful. It's a new social network by the name of Unthinking.
Unthinking.
Okay. And if you have a look at the way it's marketed here, enough is written on the kind of the slogan. We've been waiting for things to change. We are not waiting anymore. Now, immediately what I thought is people have been saying Facebook, Twitter, they've been very instrumental in the Arab Spring, in bringing people together, in organising unrest, I suppose.
Organise that and organise the riots in London.
Absolutely, across the world. So I thought, maybe what they're doing is they're branding it as something that can be used in that way, even though Facebook and Twitter were set up before they started being used in that way.
So what's it all about?
Then there's this promotional video online, and I think it's worth having a look because I'm not sure this is quite what they were going for.
Go ahead.
That you thought you could own me. Well, you can't own me. Enough with your endless dictating, arrogant attitude, disrespecting me, imposing your rules on me, moving my things, jerking me with your endless tricks, controlling my newsfeed, caging me in.
Well, she's wild and free, as the T-shirt said.
So clearly it's not so much about revolutions around the world as opposed to beating Facebook.
Okay.
That seems to be what it's about. And they're saying Facebook has restricted people's freedoms online and all of that. I suppose privacy infringements, and it's a fair point. But I think it's more of a marketing technique to win youngsters, teenagers, etc., over from other social media, as opposed to a real bid for it to be used in revolutions around the world. So there you go. You could say they're playing at the same game, really.
I'd sense someone jumping onto a bandwagon. That's all I can say. James, we need to leave it there. Thank you very much indeed. I could listen to him all night, but there has to be a limit. Life's like that. James Creedon with Media Watch.